Hello, John Stewart here. Today I'm going to talk you through what the optimum layout for a website or landing page is to help you convert as much traffic as possible. So you might find that you've got a website or landing page right now, you're getting some traffic, might even be getting a lot of traffic, but for whatever reason, not enough of that traffic is converting into some action, whether that be becoming a lead or a sale or anything like that. What I'm going to do is talk you through the optimal layout you can have, literally the perfect layout, all the sections, and I'm going to tell you the principles behind why that's the case. If you understand the why, then it's going to make the implementation work way better. And before we get started, my company is giving away free marketing strategy audits. Basically, we'll go through everything you're doing at present with your marketing, help you figure out what your problems are and what the roadblocks are, and then help you figure out how to resolve it. If you want to apply for that free marketing strategy audit, it's bespoke to you. There is a link in the description below. Okay, so running through the layout, first off, you need to have a call out. This means basically calling out the audience, the person that you're talking to, so they know all of this is specific to them. All marketing works better when you target specific groups of people. Now that can be a certain niche. So it could be SaaS business owners, it could be workout enthusiasts, something like that. It can be fairly broad, it can be more narrow. The more narrow you go, the more effective this call out is going to be. But the first thing you need to do is call out the person, your ideal audience, so that they know all this is for them. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because you want people to feel as if they are in the right place. People want someone who specializes and is going to be able to fix their exact problem. They don't want people who are too broad. So by doing this, you assure people that they are in the right place and they should be talking to you. Next up, we need a headline. This basically explains what you do, the outcome of your service, and it does it in a really catchy way. So you need to use really engaging copy or something like that. The copy we're currently using on our website is something like explode your lead acquisition in 90 days. So that's the outcome of our service. We do marketing, and one of the things that we want people to get out of that is to get more leads, as an example. So that's our headline. That's an outcome of our service. Then you have a subtitle, and the subtitle grounds that and brings it back to earth and lets people know exactly what it is you do. So we say, explode your lead acquisition in 90 days, and the subtitle then says something along the lines of SaaS and tech business owners, or just business owners. We run marketing campaigns, which is going to explode your lead acquisition, help you get loads more clients in X amount of time. The reason you have the headline and the subtitle, the headline is something to catch someone's eye, because everyone wants something. They're coming to your website or visiting your landing page because they have a problem and they've seen something that leads them to believe you are the solution. So you need to call that out really catchy so it gets them excited to want to read more. And then you also need to have a subtitle just to give more context so someone understands what it is you do immediately. So what often happens is someone will go onto a website or a landing page, more common with B2B websites than anything else. They'll get to the end and they still won't know what it is you do because you've just littered loads of blue sky thinking wishy-washy phrases all over the place, and people don't understand what it actually is you do. So really briefly explain what it is you do. Next up, we have our first CTA, which is a call to action. So again, by being on a website, be that B2B, B2C, and whatever the outcome is you want from that website, whether it be a lead or a sale or whatever, you need to have calls to actions for someone to actually take the next step, whether that be to buy or to submit their contact information. So you have your first call to action immediately. The chances of them taking action on this are very slim, unless they know that that's what they want already from another place and they can just come through and click the button. But we repeat the call to action throughout as many times as possible. There should be more here actually. So repeat the call to action as many times as possible, and that is because it takes people about you need to say to someone about 5 times for them to commit. So we need to say it as many times as possible on the page to allow them to take action. Also, some people will be convinced here, some here, like and further down. So you need to give them the option to commit immediately as soon as they realize, without them having to scroll up and down the page. Next up, we finished our headline section. We move on to the next section, which is problem and solution. So as I said before, everyone's on your website because they are trying to resolve a problem. So you list what their problem is in the language with which they describe it. This is all about market research. There's another video on this channel about market research, or just leave a comment and I'll explain. Basically, you list the problem in their own words and then you say what the solution is. So for example, someone's really cold because they want to go explore explore Everest or something. I don't know why this is coming to my head. So you could say, exploring Everest is really hard. We know that you're freezing and it's really hard to keep on pushing when it's freezing. Well, there is a solution. There's a new coat that is the warmest coat on Earth. This is a really bad example, but roughly that's what you need to do. Ideal situation, you have a video, and this needs to be really close to the top, but you have a video, this could go elsewhere, which explains the problem solution and then also fills out all these extra sections, okay? That's because video is the most engaging format you can have on a website. It builds trust really, really quickly. It even helps your positioning with SEO because Google prioritizes websites with video. So you want a video that also covers all these points. Then also another call to action. Next up, we have social proof. So social proof is basically a way of showing people on your website that people have used you before, that you are to be trusted, that they can use your service. People choose to work with people based on the fact that other people have chosen to work with them, which is the point of social proof. We base our decisions on what other people have done. So by showing the person who's on your website that other people have already chosen you, it means you're pre-selected and increases the chance of someone committing to this interaction with you, this call to action, whatever that is. What does social proof look like? It can be video testimonials, which is obviously the best option because it's someone actually talking. You cannot fake that in any way, shape or form. Ideally, those video testimonials, they can just be shot on your iPhone or they can be shot on a Zoom meeting. You don't want them to be too high production value because you want them to feel authentic. If you've sat someone down in front of a camera and asked them loads of questions with high production value, it feels very staged, so that can sort of ruin the effect of a video testimonial. You can also have written testimonials with people's faces. Make sure you have photos of people because you need to add the human element. Also, with social proof, you can add who you've worked with. So add the logos of any really large companies. And again, that adds to that pre-selection. And again, another call to action. Next up, features and benefits. So you need to explain both sides. Most people skip all of this and they just have a section called features, and that's their whole website. Just a button here that says contact us, and then it lists all their features, which are their services or whatever that may be, their products. What you want to do is list the features of your service or product and then the benefits. People are buying your service or product because they care about the outcome, not because they care about what the thing is. So you need to list the benefits because that's what people actually care about, but they need to understand the features because that's what then connects it and grounds the benefits. So make sure you list both features and benefits on the website. If you can list them side by side, even better, so that people can marry that up easily. And what a surprise, another call to action. Next up, we have the About section. People will buy your product or service or commit to the next step of the process with you if they have reasonable levels of trust within 3 different areas. The areas are, number 1, they have confidence and trust in your service. Number 2, they have confidence and trust in your business. Number 3, they have confidence and trust in you, that is the person selling them the thing. By having an About Us section, you give a little bit of background, which is a bit of a boost to trust. And this About Us section can be about you personally, depending on your type of company, as in the director of the company or founder. It can be about the actual company itself and how long ago that was formed. And it can also be about the service, i.e. we've been delivering our service for X amount of years. As a bonus, add a photo of you or your team or something like that, again, to add a human element and ground it. If you have a video, you should have already done this because you should have video or things like that of you or your team in this video. Next up, we have the process. This explains what happens when someone clicks the button. So people might be thinking I want to press the button, but they're not sure what's going to happen next. You need to very clearly explain what's going to happen next and the benefits they're going to get of simply pressing that button. So here you would say, step 1, you're going to press the button. Step 2, you're going to go to an application form which you fill out for a lead. Step 3, we're going to get in contact with you and give you a free blah, 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 blah. Or if it's a product, step 1, press the button. Step 2, fill out your payment information. Step 3, we're going to send you our product within 24 hours. In addition to that, you're going to get a free t-shirt or something like that, right? You explain what's going to happen step by step so that someone understands, so it's not scary for them. Next up, we have, and I'm going to add something in here. This is meant to be a shield, by the way. I cannot draw. We have a bonus section, right? So people have been through all this. They're semi-convinced. They have a lot of information, but they're still scrolling, right? So they've not been convinced. Otherwise, they would have pressed this button. We need some, like an ace in the hole to be able to really convince them to be able to commit to this next step. What you can do here is you can add bonuses. So if you are a product and it's an e-com store, you can say, if you check out right now, you're going to get a bonus free t-shirt. Or if it's if you're a consultation business, you can say, if you press this button now, you're going to get our free white paper guide on how to be the best XYZ company ever. It's not required for someone to press the button. However, it does add a little bonus to there and decreases the likelihood of someone committing, purely because it outweighs the effort. So for someone to press on any of these buttons is a certain amount of effort for them to take. What we're trying to do is say the amount of effort it takes you to press this button and take the next action is minimal compared to everything you're going to get. You're going to get all your problems solved by someone who's reliable, and you're going to get bonuses as well. It just sort of sweetens the deal. So add bonuses in there. And additionally, this shield, that's for a guarantee. So ideally, if you can offer a guarantee, and most people have to, so if you're a product, you probably, by whatever law of whatever country you're in, have to offer like a money back guarantee of 14 days, like people have to be able to return goods or services. So you basically have a guarantee which says, if you're not happy with our services, get your money back. Or it doesn't have to necessarily be that. It could be there's a no commitment guarantee. It could be there's a guarantee like, if you don't get any results within 90 days, we'll work for free. Whatever it is, you need a guarantee. And again, what that does is it reduces the risk of someone committing to this interaction with you, which lowers the barrier or the threshold of them crossing that action threshold. Okay, and that's basically why you have a guarantee. And lastly is the PS section. This section is the most viewed section and read section after this section right here. What will happen is people will go all through this, they might skip certain bits might pop out to them, but they'll stop at the bottom of the page, so they can't go anywhere else here, so they tend to read this more. This summarizes everything really, really high level. So it says you're going to press this button, you're going to get your problems resolved, this is going to be the solution, these are the benefits, and also you're going to get this bonus. Remember, we have a guarantee, press now. It's just a summary, and then you need obviously another call to action, and you need that last call to action at the bottom of the page because you don't want someone to have to scroll all the way down and then back up to get to the call to action. Make it as easy as possible for someone to take the next action. That's it. So this has been tested, this format, and this is based on principles of persuasion. There's a book called Persuasion, all this is in there, which is why it works. If you create your website to be something in terms of this format, you will see a dramatic increase in conversions, like astonishing. And as I said at the start of the video, my company is giving away free marketing strategy audits. So if you feel you're still struggling, maybe with this or with something else, then we can probably help you. So the free marketing strategy audit is a one-to-one call, and we'll go through everything you're doing at present, help you figure out like what the problems are, the core problems, and then tell you how you can resolve them. And we'll work together with you to figure that out. It's a 60 to 90 minute call. We do have limited spaces for these. So we have limited spaces every week. We only limit it to 4 or 5 of these a week. And then we have limited spaces for new clients. So if you just want some help and want us to do it for you, fantastic. But unfortunately, we limit our new clients per month to only 4 because that allows us to maintain quality. So if you do want to get in contact and you do want that free marketing strategy audit, or you just want our help, apply. But obviously, we don't have time to deal with everyone. So massive apologies if you don't get through that process. But yeah. Make sure you take advantage of that. The link is in the description below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that standard stuff. There'll probably be other videos on the channel that are going to benefit you. But yeah, for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak soon.